being skillful. Anyways, so yeah, so he's going to be talking about what kind of things you can do with programming after this course or after you're done learning computer science. So yeah, question?
What you said just made the joke completely redundant.
Huh?
Because hardware, software, they don't work together. So.
But he's both.
Exactly.
And he works with himself.
Anyways, don't argue. Anyways, so yeah, yeah, I'm going to be asking him some questions, and then he'll get started on his presentation. All right. So, introduce yourself. Like, why did you start programming, and like, what was super interesting about it?
Okay. So, my name is Jerry, as Daniel said, and I'm a first year at UCLA, learning computer science and engineering.
Technically going on second year.
Yes, going into second year. And then I started programming a lot later than all of you. From around 10th grade. I took an AP computer science class in high school. And I felt like that class was, one thing was our teacher wasn't very good, wasn't particularly good, right? And so it wasn't really too interesting at the time. But then my friend introduced me to programming competitions. So I started learning a language on my own. I started learning C++, which is what you're learning right now. And I looked up like online programming competitions, and I started like participating in them. So that's what actually got me interested in programming. And I really like the feeling of like thinking, like trying to solve problems, thinking about them for a long time, and then figuring out how to like the best way to solve it, right? So yeah, it's just the feeling of solving a problem after struggling so long for it. Yeah, it feels good. Yeah.
Except sometimes you realize it's like one line.
Yeah, the one issue is like a lot of times where you're working on like a large project, you have like one tiny mistake, right? You forget a colon somewhere, or you instead of backslash you do the forward slash. Then you can spend like 3 hours trying to figure out where you got the error. And yeah, that could be kind of annoying. Yeah.
Or if you're like me and I make a typo and I can't find it for like 2 hours.
Yep.
It takes this guy to find it. But anyways, yeah, okay. Let me think. What was your like favorite project?
Favorite project? Let's see. Has everyone heard of Mafia before? The game Mafia?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a game where you have like a few people. For those who haven't heard of it, you have a few people who are like the Mafia, who they know who each other are in the beginning of the game, and the other people don't know who the Mafia are. So over the course of the game, you'll be like accusing each other, figuring out who the Mafia is. The Mafia will be lynching people and so on, right? So I made a version of that on. It's called The Resistant. I made a version of it online. I put it online where people can play online, right? They can go online with the website and chat with their friends, and then play the game online. So that was my favorite project to make. I feel like I learned a lot through that.
Yeah, and like definitely with like every single project that you personally pursue on your own, you definitely learn a lot. And that's like my goal of this course, to like so that you guys know where to find these resources, know where to like get these inspirations for projects and stuff. Okay. What made you decide to be a computer science electrical engineer?
Like why both? Or
why both? Like why not just
computer science? I felt like since computer science and engineering are like very tied together, right? Like computers are, there's two parts obviously, there's hardware and the software. The software is the programs in the computer, but all the programs and all the software in the computer, they use the hardware, right? So I felt like if you want to be a good computer scientist, then you should at least understand some parts of the engineering part, even if you're only going to do the programming. For me, I do enjoy the programming, the software part, more than the engineering part, but I still feel like I should probably understand the engineering too. That's why I chose that major, yeah.
And then last question. For these guys, if they want to be sitting where you are right now, any advice?
Any advice? I guess I will be presenting the ways you can do it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right, so let's take a look at what he has to say. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's all yours.
No, you
Oh yeah, I'll turn off one of the lights.
Yeah, that should be fine, I guess. Yeah. Good. Right. So today I'm presenting like what you can do with programming after you learn it. Right. So after you finish this class or after you learn a language of your choice, what are the paths you can take? Right. So I'll be going over that today. Right. So there's 4 things you can do. There's actually a lot more than this, but like when you just finish programming, these are probably the 4 things you'll pick, right? So they include web design, designing and building websites, application development, like with Android and iOS, like putting things into the App Store, game development, which I'm sure a lot of you are interested in, and coding competitions, which is what got me started into programming. So the first thing I'll be talking about is web design. So if you want to go into web design, you'll be exactly what it says, designing and building websites, right? So the languages you'll be using will be HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which I think Daniel in this camp, he'll be teaching you some HTML, CSS. So I'll just go over like what these are. There are 3 different layers, right? 3 different languages. HTML is the content part of the website. So that includes the text, the images, all the things that actually go onto the website. That's HTML. CSS is how the design part of it, how you'll rearrange things, make sure everything's in the right positions on the screen, like boxes and colors, right, background colors and stuff like that. So that's CSS. And HTML and CSS together, they're not actually considered a programming language. It's more like design. Yeah. So that's what these 2 are. With those 2, you can make static websites that are just like stay there. They won't really do anything, right? So that's why we have another layer called JavaScript. So JavaScript is an actual programming language. It's an actual programming language, just like C++, what you're learning right now. And it allows you to add like interactivity and like functionality to your website. That means you can add like buttons that when you click on them, it'll redirect you to another website. You can add like drop-down menus. When you hover over them, something will pop up where you can click on them, right? And you can add like scroll bars or like menu bars that like float around or stay on top of the page, animations, right? So that's all done using JavaScript. So that's one path you can go to. If you like designing things and putting things into the websites, then creating websites for yourself, then yeah, you can go into web design. Any questions on that? Yes?
Is this applied to like mobile websites?
Yeah, so this includes designing websites for mobile applications, or mobile devices, but that doesn't include applications. Not like the applications you download on the App Store and stuff like that, but just like the websites themselves. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay.
So just to add a little bit here, like website design, this really shows your creativity. So if you're more of an artistic person and you're not too much into the like problem solving,
the logic,
web design is really great for you because you get to like you'd be amazed at how difficult it is to try to match up colors and make a website look good. Like, I dare you to like go on to any small business website and point to me how ugly it looks just by like the colors. It takes an artistic eye. So if you feel like coding may not be for you, I mean like problem solving may not be for you, web design's a pretty good path to go down.
Okay. The next thing you can do is develop apps. So this means everyone's using like smartphones nowadays, right? Everyone has smartphones, and a lot of them, so they come with like an app store for the iOS and Google Play for Android, right? And on those stores, there's like a bunch of apps that people download and use. So this is one thing you can do. For iOS, recently, so usually they use Objective-C, this language called Objective-C, to program in iOS. But recently they developed a new language called Swift, and it should be like simpler to use and simpler to learn, right? For Android, you can learn Java to develop for Android devices. So this means you can like create your own applications and games, and then put them on the App Store, and so people can download them, right? And if you really get good at this, then you can even earn money from it. So you know how some certain apps charge money for you to download them, right? So if you make a good app and you charge money to download them, you can earn a profit too. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even need to charge. If you have them like put ads in your app.
Yeah, you can put advertisements.
That's how Flappy Bird became like it blew up. The guy's making like I don't know like
so
six digit like salary. It's insane how much money he's making just off of Flappy Bird.
Yeah. Any questions?
It's okay. Ask questions. I have sunglasses in bags if you ask questions. Oh, this isn't a prize, but last week somebody left a water bottle here, I think. No? Gotcha. So.
Yeah, if there's no questions, I'll